corn and we're planting more beans. So me and Jared are on the move right now. Jared is in front of me, and we are heading out to one of the last fields that we've got to do. It's the field that I worked with the 9482. You guys might have seen that video. It's only a few videos back. I came out here to get the 9482 because it was sitting out here for like a month because we just kept getting rain. Well, now times have changed, and now we haven't got a rain for a while. Haven't got a rain for about a week and a half, and we desperately need a rain to help get these crops out of the ground that we have planted. So hopefully we get the rain. Hopefully everything comes out of the ground. But Dad was able to finish up corn on Tuesday. Today is Saturday. We got this farm to do, and then we head back towards home. And I've got my 40-acre bottom we still got to plant, and Jared's family, we got some stuff to plant for him too, and that's about it. Car's coming. I gotta put you guys down. So Dad's been running the drill. We've been missing rains that we're kind of wanting to get now, just because the ground is getting really hard, and it's getting hard for the beans and some of our corn to get out of the ground. So it'd be nice to get a rain, but it's also giving us time to get the rest of our crops in the ground. So if we get everything planted and then everything comes up, that will be a very successful story. But that's normally not how it goes. Normally we got some replanting we gotta do. Yeah, the ground is pretty dang hard. This is where I work too, so it's pretty rough. I think I got one, yeah. No good. Those wheels are just junk. My yellow wheel's holding up pretty good. And my little plastic pieces are holding up good too. And let me tell you, they've helped a lot with making sure the seed gets in the seed trench. So, very happy about that. I added these clips a few years ago to make taking this tarp off easier. Because before I just wired it up, so I added chains and made it easy to clip on and off. Yeah. Well, let's rock and roll. We've got a little mix of treated and non-treated soybeans. We're getting close to the end. That's pretty well treated, all treated. But yeah, our front hopper is non-treated soybeans. Can't even hold on to any of it. These wheels are the worst design ever. Let's be honest with ourselves. Here's kind of the new redesign, and these are aftermarket. Three bolts, and you can take the bearing out, put a new one in. This one, you gotta take all those stupid little bolts out with nuts. You gotta dig the dirt out first beforehand before you can do that too. This is a lot more easy, and these will last longer. No bueno. So with this, the bearing's not even bad, I don't think. It's just this rubber piece. So this is 3 separate pieces. There's a plate on this side, plate on that side, and then there's a rubber piece, and it gets smashed together on this rubber. And it's just, they're just a pain in the butt. They're just a pain in the butt. This is a lot more simplistic, which they changed to this design on the new drill. This is some aftermarket version of it. These were cheaper to buy, and then buying these again, so I bought a few of those. I got one there. That one's been on the whole season. So slowly but surely, probably would end up going with all those yellow ones. So I don't know, we'll see. Now let's see if I can carry this all back. So we're planting along here. Jared is on the other end of the farm, and we're gonna kind of work towards each other. I started with the side that had the seed tender on it. He's the farthest away from the seed tender. Should be able to finish this. I don't know. I think this is 240 acres, something like that. Should be able to finish this and start moving home, and I probably will be able to plant my 40 acres tonight. That's the hopes. Yeah. There is a little bit more moisture here, which is good than what we have closer to home. So it's planting pretty nicely. And we're doing beans on beans on this farm, so that's also easier to plant into, especially with the drill. And it can have more problems when the ground gets hard and also with high residue, whereas the planter does a pretty good job no matter what. More than likely, we're going to end up with 2 planters like Jared's eventually, sooner than later. Sooner than later is my guesses on that. I like the drill, but also like how well the planter plants. I mean, better seed placement accuracy, less seeds. You don't have to plant as high of a rate because of how accurate it is. But I do like the drill. The main thing that the drill's got going for it is it's really user-friendly. Very user-friendly. You could stick anybody in this thing and they can figure out how to run it. So, yep. I've checked my depth because Dad messed with the depth. He made it go a little bit deeper in some high residue cornstalk acres. And looks like it's still doing pretty good here on this, so I didn't mess with it. I'm gonna keep it the way it is. Yeah. I've got no food, no nothing. I'm struggling out here. Yeah, it shouldn't take us too long to get this done. I don't know how much Jared's wiped out yet, but I'm pretty much on the big piece, and there's a piece in between us. Yeah, window is dirty, very dusty. Still haven't seen Jared. How sad. Still working on this big front field. I haven't had too many problems, so I haven't really picked up the camera much. Which is a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah. We are rocking. And look at that. I'm gonna need to grab more seed again. I'm filling in this gap in between 2 terraces at the moment, which is pretty good because it's just a little bit smaller than the width of my planter, which is nice. So we're down to about my farm, Jared's family's farm. Then we got a few little patches on the main farm that we just wait till the end to plant. That's like 20 acres. I think we're probably 200 acres after this is done. 250 acres maybe, give or take. And then we'll be done. And this farm, I said 240 earlier. According to my deal, it's 260. Should be able to get this wrapped up pretty quickly, I'd say. I don't really have much more of this front field I'm gonna have to do, and once we get together, we can knock out that middle field, no problem. So, yeah. Filled up with seed. Grandma dropped off sandwiches for me and Jared. Life is good. Should have enough seed to finish this farm. I did not get filled up, but should be enough to finish this farm. Dad's gonna come get the seed tender and fill it up, and that should be the last time we gotta fill the seed tender this year. Should be. Hopefully. Unless we gotta replant, which I hope we don't have to. So I'm on my last pass up here on the front. Might get wider than one pass wide. Close, really close. But yeah, last pass on this farm. Jared is in the middle, trying to finish that up. And the only reason I'm not there with him, I actually went over there, did 2 end rows for him, and then that popped up, low seed. And I was like, crap. So I left this pass because, well, I was heading this way whenever I was told Jared I was about done up here, and he asked if I'd go back there and help him. And I took 2 passes, and then it told me I was low on seed. And I looked at my hopper, yeah, I am low. So I'm gonna finish this pass out. Jared should have enough, hopefully. Man, I hope, because it's gonna be really close if he doesn't have enough seed. Hopefully he has enough seed to finish this farm. And Dad's filling up the seed tender at the moment with my aunt, and we're gonna be, he's been spraying all morning, and we're gonna be planting my farm next. So he's gonna fill it up and park the seed tender pretty close to my farm, and then we're gonna plant it. Also, we're right on the money for this pass. Right on the money. Well, we made it. There's my bottom. I'm waiting for seed. I thought they'd be here by the time I got here, but they're not. I think they're about done. I think they're heading this way, so shouldn't be too long. But yeah, there's my bottom. We're so close. Yeah. Still haven't put that one ditch over here, which I'd like to do tomorrow, hopefully. Hopefully I can do that tomorrow. Put that ditch in so if it rains, water won't flood out that area. There is a bee that might sting me. Nope. Yikes. So in my very short time of looking things over, which I started on the other side of the drill, so thankfully it's not too bad. But this is supposed to have tension on it. This spring right here puts tension on it. It's broke. That's a pretty easy fix, but I don't have that part. Well, I say it's easy fix. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get to. But that we need to fix. Thankfully, we only have like 50 more acres. Unless we got to replant a lot, which I can do that. I can fix that pretty easily. And then this seed boot, I think it's this seed boot, is loose. That spring is shot, which what this wheel does is it packs the seed into the seed trench, and then this wheel covers it up. So it's not completely non-operational. Still is going to put the seed in the ground. It's just not going to do as well of a job of packing it in the ground. And not going to have as good seed placement. But other than that, normally what I do is I just come to the row and I pick up on that, and then I shake the wheel, see if those are shot, because those are normally one of the major wear points. They have to replace a lot. And you'll start dragging up if one of these is bad. Also, you'll drag up if the closer is bad as well. So, but with these little wheels, you really don't normally see if they're messed up unless you are looking at them and they're not straight. We're planting my bottom, boys, and it looks like a storm's coming in. According to the weather, we're not supposed to get anything. Besides, there's a little bit of chances literally right now, but it's not supposed to amount to much. Looking at the wind, it looks a little bit otherwise. So I'm hoping that I don't get rained out of planting my own farm. But yeah, right now I'm looking at my rate since I just changed to a different seed size probably, or I just got filled up. So I'm making sure that's kind of where I want it. And yeah, we're planting. First time planting. farm that I own myself. Which is kind of crazy. It's actually really crazy. I better put the camera down. I gotta do this perfectly. It's gonna look mint. Hopefully the GPS acts good today because it's kind of been a little sensitive to us. Just a little jerky. The tractor's jerky a little bit. And Dad thinks it's the globe because this thing has a really old globe on it. There's no sensitivity settings on this monitor. And Dad had similar issues on his big T9 tractor that he runs for to plant corn. So I don't know that much about this system, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell him that that's what I think it is too, but I really don't know if it is or isn't. Yeah. This is a little wet spot back here that's also needs to be taken care of. Yeah. I'm gonna put you guys down. So still going around the outside of the field at the moment. And I started in that corner back there. So my plan is to go around the field 2 times. So I have my endrows done. And then I'm gonna do my AB line on that side. I'm gonna plant this way towards where I am now. And the exit or the entrance is right there. So that's my plans. Hopefully the GPS does really good and I make pretty lines all the way throughout the field. And hopefully the rain leaves me alone. That's my hopes. That's my goals. Right here we got a little bit of grass coming in, but I think Dad came in here and sprayed this because it looks like he came back and sprayed this not very long ago. So hopefully we've got this under control. Of course it got sprayed like 2 months ago, but of course it's already coming back, especially with all the moisture we got. I gotta do a perfectly great bottom to do GPS, and I gotta do it all by hand because it's a pile of junk. It engages and then it disengages. It won't stay engaged. So I gotta do it all by hand, which it's still better than terraces. But still, what the heck? Yeah, so I gotta lock in and try to make decently straight lines. How sad. I feel like it's gonna look good for the first few passes, and then it's gonna look not so good towards the end. But we'll see how it goes. I haven't had a freehand a whole bottom field in a while. Like, actually, I don't think I ever have. I freehand the terrace channels and the terraces, but I don't freehand a whole bottom ground that's just flat. And I don't have markers. Oh my gosh. I struggle. Whipping around. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Very sad day. Oh, it's so hard. I gotta drive. Yeah. You guys are like, oh, look at me making my straight rows without that GPS stuff. Yeah, I can do it too, bud. It's not really that hard. It's not really that hard, man. And I don't need markers either. Yeah, buddy. I should just follow the bean stubble from whoever farmed this last, but then I would be planting at the exact same place. And that'd be no bueno. So I think that was a drill too. I planted this previously. Back in my day, I didn't have GPS, so I had to do it by hand. That's the way I feel like right now. Woo. My hand's sore. Wrong hand, my bad. Yeah, my hand's sore. Turning the wheel! Yeah, this is the wet spot I need a ditch. I need a ditch right here. There's still moisture here right now, and it's been dry for a while. So, I need to get the ditcher and ditch this. Because you can see I tried to ditch it, but it didn't go very well. No good? Do you want to know when the GPS started acting up the most? In the bottoms. We call it bush bottom. It's right by the interstate. So that's when Dad started freehanding in the middle of the night to finish that bottom. So of course, it fails whenever we're right by a road that gets occupied a lot. But yeah, right there, I drive by it all the time, and I'm gonna get to see my beautifully... I try to make them straight rows. I try. It's pretty straight. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not GPS straight. I do think I am better going this way than going that way. Like, I can actually see where I drilled in my last pass a lot better. Yeah. I don't know why. I'm trying to be really precise. This is a little off on how precise it really is. But yeah. I'm definitely better going this way. And I kind of wanted to go at an angle. I was going to set the GPS where I was going at an angle, a little angle, with the previous year's crop. But I guess I have to do that manually. Boo-hoo. I'm gonna keep crying about this. Even though I spent like... I haven't used this. I haven't used that in like quite a few days. Actually, I don't even think... Did I even... Yeah, I got a few bottoms I got to play with it in, but not really. I didn't really have that much ground I could have used it in. Most of our bottoms... well, a good chunk of our bottoms went to corn this year, so that's where we normally use it. And then the one bottom, or the two bottoms that went to beans, I didn't get to plant. It looks like they're gonna come make fun of me. Well, boys, if the tractor will ever shift into reverse... We got a blockage. I'd say it's probably not an easy one, so I'm probably gonna need the impact. Yay! We have a blockage, but I can't really get it out because it's stuck in the tank. It's in front of the meter. The meter did not meter it out, so... right now it's seating at the right rate. I took a wire and pushed the rubber. It was another part of the seed tender. Pushed it back, so... it's seating at the right rate at the moment. Probably here in a little bit it'll go off again because it'll probably end up blocking the meter again. Hopefully it doesn't. So, yeah, I'm going to keep on rocking and rolling. It's starting to sprinkle again. It's a good time to kind of say, if you're new around here, please consider subscribing. It'd mean a lot. If you made it this far in the video, leave a comment saying coconut so I know that you made it this far in the video. We're doing another fruit. That's different. Coconut. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means a lot. Hype the video, too. I don't really know how much it really helps the videos out, but it means a lot. So, thank you guys. I'll be straight up with you guys. My line... I'm still doing pretty good with, like, spacing and stuff. But, it's not as straight as it was before. It is pretty straight towards the road, but the farther back we get that way, the more it kind of turns, so... It's kind of straight. It was a lot better farther over there, but I'm more than halfway done with the field, and it's not as straight as it was. It's not terrible, though. Still pretty good. Up by the road. Up by the road. But the farther away, it gets worse. Never had to... I mean, this is free ball for the whole bottom. It feels weird. Especially since it's not corn stalks. Kind of weird plant straight into bean stubble. Corn stalks, you can kind of see like how you're planting just from like looking down the field. You can see a lot of the corn stalks knocked over. With bean stubble, it's kind of hard to see where you planted on the other end of the field. The saddest thing ever is having AB ground and then not being able to use AB. And if you guys don't know what AB is, that's how you set your GPS to do a straight back and forth. Why is it so rough right here? bouncing. Now it's not. Still bouncing a little bit. But whenever you set a line, you set one point at one place, your A, and then your B. And then it'll do a straight line from their A to B point. So, you guys hear me say A-B ground, that means flat ground. Yeah, the nice stuff. Which is still pretty nice, going back and forth. Still pretty nice. Here's my last pass. It's a little half swipe. Yeah. Not terribly bad. Not terribly bad. Really just got some grass coming in here in this bottom, which kind of was expected because I kind of worked up grass with the excavator right in that area. So, of course, it's coming in right in that area. Oh, I'm just trying to finish my pass. Why is it gonna be rough? Yeah, and it's also rough in that area because, well, excavators don't really like a lot of trash to mess with. But we're done. We're done. I got 2 patches on the main farm that I'm going to finish. Jared is running over to his farm. And, yeah. And then, yeah, we're done. We're done. We're almost done. Everything's just got to hold together. As if my drill's not falling apart right now. For those of you that are curious, which I'm curious too, so I'm going to look at it with you. Okay, at the beginning of the pass, it looks like it's not that straight. And then it kind of gets straighter. It's not too bad. It's not bad. It's not like I have terrible overlap or anything. It's just... It's just not that straight. It's just not that straight. It felt like I was going straight. It's not terrible, though. Not terrible. I need to make a ditch right there. Really bad. Really bad. And it annoys me that I haven't made one yet. We have traveled to one of our final destinations. Hopefully, unless we got to replant. This is called Landon's Corner because, oh shoot, the first time I ever planted was probably when I was 12, 13 years old. I planted this corner to wheat with a 15-foot drill. And this is like maybe 10 acres. Maybe not even that. Maybe like 8. And that's actually the main farm right there. So if you guys know where our bridge is on our main farm, it's right beside it. So right there, it was some of our first planted beans. And this is some of our last planted beans. So it's pretty cool to be able to see this farm. The only thing is to get to it, we have to go across our neighbor and to get back here. We used to be able to go across right down there, but we had a big tube. Whenever it rains a lot, it always needs fixed up and redone, and we got to the point where we just stopped doing that. So, yeah. This like never goes to corn now because, well, it's kind of a pain in the butt to come down here and put on anhydrous and do all that stuff. So, and honestly, this doesn't yield the greatest in the world. Sometimes it does. It might this year because we're able to put it in the ground early. Sometimes we get to it pretty late. But, yeah. It's awesome little corner that I planted to wheat with a little 15-foot drill. So this is a 40-foot drill. We actually sold that 15-foot drill. Yeah. Pretty dry. Pretty dry back here. And it doesn't look like Dad sprayed it yet. Does not look like he's got back here. There's Jared. I'm coming. I don't know if he's wanting to get this planted tonight, but I don't know if we'll be able to. We'll see. I don't know how much seed's on the seed tender, but I'm gonna have to get a little bit before I head all the way to the back. I gotta go across a very sketchy bridge. Yikes. Might be the last time we see the 90-20. Well, this is the last field. I've been doing a bunch of patches here, and Just stopping in to help Jared finish this field up. I really don't think there's that much left, so I don't really know why I'm in here. But I don't think he could really tell how much he had left. So, yeah. We're pretty well done. We're done with 2026, first pass of planting. You guys probably can't see anything in the cab. I found 2 antlers off of some deer. Camera battery died. Well, it actually didn't die. My SD card's full. No good. But, yeah. Planting along here. I'm using my eyeballs to see where Jared planted. And we're going off that at the moment. This is just a nice, big, rectangular field. So, he's got the end rows done already. So, I'm just doing some back and forths. Yep. Gonna have to get this sprayed pretty soon, but yeah. Oh yeah. This is the way to end it off. Wish I had my drone. Night shots are so cool.
Yeah, your dad's like, yeah, everybody down there talking about having to replant all these beans if it rains just right. I'm like, yeah, that can happen anytime. Like, they're not gonna grow in the shop in a bag.
That's true. We are done. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you guys enjoyed,
Like your
like.
dad a minute ago. We were talking about how they won't grow in a bag. I said, well, Stein beans might grow in the bag. There's enough in the bag of Stein beans they might actually grow.
Yeah, that's the truth. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching.